What's crackling, everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list, where each episode we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're doing cookies and cream. Last episode, we did Malt O Meal's Cookie Bites, which was their Cookie Crisp, Chips Ahoy sort of competitor. This time with cookies and cream, it looks to be going after Oreo O's, which interestingly is a D, and that's a common rank for a lot of the Malt O Meals. So this is one of the ones that has a chance to sort of match its inspiration. It is worth noting though, Mega Stuff Oreo O's, much better than normal Oreo O's, especially when it came to the milk, because that did have a very cookies and cream sort of flavor to it. So I was into that. And I guess there is also the Korean like red Oreo O's, which I got to see because they're just more interesting. So I don't think this is gonna be like that. Obviously, this is just a classic Oreo, but there is precedent for Oreos getting a C, so it won't be all Oreos necessarily. Maybe it will. Let's just get into it. Never goes straight. It's always half and half. Smells kind of like Oreo O's. A little off. Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, just a little off. So look-wise, kind of similar to Oreo O's. The same, this loop, chocolate loop with the white dust and specks on there. Feels like there's much more like glaze covering to this than I remember Oreo O's having. But again, pretty similar overall. Not anything hugely different here. Okay. That's not too different from Oreo O's. Interesting. I think this is much closer than the taste. Like the taste was similar but a little off. This is just similar. I wouldn't say it's quite off. I wasn't a huge fan of Oreos, obviously, anyways. So it's not like a high bar to hit for me, but it still seems pretty close. Once these go in the milk, they pretty much instantly lose that white glaze I was mentioning. It was like this dry piece, the same piece. Well, there's milk on it now, but you get the idea. I guess better example. Pure just chocolate at this point. So it's kind of interesting. I expect that's going to be a lot of the milk flavor, just that glaze. And here's a side-by-side in case my great experiment wasn't enough. Wet piece, dry piece. Pretty different look there. All right, now let's see how cookies and cream-like the milk is. Okay. It's not Mega Stuff Oreo O's, but it's not far off. Yeah, it's a decent effort, but yeah, I think for being sort of Malt O Meal version, Oreo, it's good enough. Maybe it's just an expectation thing, but I did like this more than regular Oreo O's. Like with Cookie Bites, it's worth noting that both this and the Oreo O's are technically from Post, so there's a chance these are actually much more similar than I'm giving it credit for, and it's just pretty much a branding change, and that's about it. But again, I don't know how their factories are doing it, so no definite on that, but just think about it a little. But overall, I think I did enjoy this a bit more than Oreo O's. It could have just been that, or maybe they did something a little different this time, or they've changed up the recipe since I had Oreo O's. Any way that you shake it, though, I think this did just overall work a little bit better. It's still not my favorite sort of chocolate flavor, but I thought it was fairly decent. So what I'm going to do is give Cookies and Cream a D. I think it's definitely better than Oreo O's, but I think the Mega Stuff Oreo O's had such a strong milk, and having the addition of the marshmallows in there, I guess, helped a bit too, that I don't think it passes those. So you got Mega Stuff Oreo O's, Oreo O's. I think Cookies and Cream is in the middle there between the two. So I think it did succeed in being just as good as sort of the original, which again, maybe just the same thing, but that Mega Stuff edition, kind of like with normal Oreo O's, just makes everything better. So it's a little hard to beat that. And I don't remember if this happened with Oreo O's or not, but this one did get pretty soggified at the end, where they were getting real squishy, which is kind of weird. I felt like for like a good sized loop like that, I expected to go a little bit longer without that happening, but it did. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, because like that's part of the whole thing with Oreos. They make a big deal of like put them in the milk, so you'd hope it'd survive a little better, but it was not like breaking for this. It was just a bit of a shucks, that's too bad. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've had Cookies and Cream and what you thought about it. If you're a huge Oreo O's fan and me putting this above Oreo O's was just disgraceful to you, you can let me know about that. Or if you were a huge fan of Oreo O's, I pointed out these are possibly very similar. You were like, oh, maybe I'll like this too. You tried this and you really liked it, thought it was better, or you can say for certain, no, this is the same. You could let me know about that too. Or there's also the unexpected chance that you prefer this or normal Oreo O's to the Mega Stuff version. You can let me know about that. If you want to see Cookies and Cream Mega Stuff, that could be fun. Maybe let me know if that's a dream of yours. But until next time, stay delicious.